Hi guys, today is October 8th, Tuesday 2024. My name is Jessica and this is my first floss tube besides some little videos that I had on the channel. So what I'm trying to do is have some finishes that are autumn finishes, and I did 3 and they've been kind of laying around, so I'm trying to have them framed or something. So I was thinking I was gonna do a little pillow for this, and I had another idea. I went to Hobby Lobby and I got this disco ball, but I'm thinking I'm gonna put that in there and have some fleece underneath so it's kind of puffs out and it's gonna look cute because it's more of a circular finish. Okay, I should probably tell you what these things are. This design is by with a needle and thread by Brenda Gervais, and it's called Oktoberfest. I use some variegated DMC threads here because the called for are a little pricey, and you really don't need that many for here. You can just pick your own. So let's move to the next one. This design right here, this is from a cross stitch magazine. It's called Autumn Bliss, and design is by Tracy Richards of Wrought Iron Stitching, sorry. And I did not really follow the exact colors because I didn't like the middle leaf. It was I think this part right here on the side was kind of like blue green, and I thought it looked weird, so I switched the colors out to the ones that are the ones that I like. And this one right here, I'm gonna try to finish into a pillow. I want to put little rickrack right there like this. It's gonna be like a rectangular, and this is gonna be the backing fabric. So I interfaced everything. And this one right here, we just bought a house in another state. I do live in California and the prices are crazy, and the house happened to be very similar color to that, so I stitched that. And hopefully we'll be moving there soon. And this design right here is by Good Housewife Fall Samplings, and this is the name. This is how it's spelled. And I want to make it into a little pillow, and the pumpkins are perfect color with that house. And this is very easy except for this corner right here. They literally have like two stitches of one color, and you have to switch on. And I had a whole bunch of threads here because I keep switching and switching. So I left it to stitch last because I don't know, couldn't have a patience. And then when it's almost done, then you want to really stitch it. Okay, so next I'm gonna go ahead and show you some starts that I had recently. All right, I started basically this right here. This is Dimensions, and this is called Scenic Farm. So I started on September 30th. And I have a chart in Saga, which is a program for iPad for cross stitch. I'm gonna show you how far I am there. What's my progress? Okay, so this is my process here. So we are at 6.14%. And this is where I'm stitching right here. This is how much I stitched. So I think that's a pretty good progress for this one right there. Okay, next, hold on a minute. Oh, forgot to show you the threads. This is the colors. I just went to Hobby Lobby and bought a whole bunch of DMC Well, really, they're 53 cents each. Wasn't that much. It was like 11 or 12 bucks for all of them. Okay, my next start, you've probably already seen it in my Instagram at Lumi Stitch. This is a mill heel. Gosh, I forgot what it's called. So right there, and I've been stitching just the cross stitch. I left out all the beads, and I chose not to do the background. This is Belfast linen, 28 count, so I just hand dyed it in a light blue color, and I'm gonna try to work on it, but I've been so busy making project bags and trying to start different starts and trying to learn how to do different things. So this is how far we are with that. And here is my organizer. Kind of keep it with the needles, with the basic ones, and I'm keeping in this bag. It doesn't look too good because this was my first one when I made it, and it was all crooked. All right, so next one, if you recognize this one, I'm not gonna undo it, but I'm gonna see this one. Oops, that's pumpkin fell down right here. And all right, let's okay, this is the design. I forgot the name of it. Oh my god. It's called, I think it's Teresa Kogutur. No. So let's see, I clicked out of that. 26.3%, and the last time I stitched on it, let's see, that was on August 2nd, 416 stitches. All right, let's move on to the next. This is by far my oldest whip, and the reason why, because I had horrible, this was a magazine chart, and it was so little and horrible, and I was getting to the point when it was just affecting my nervous system, and I stopped, and I just completely stopped. Then I found, so next I found, this is like a garden sampler. I'm gonna show it to you in a minute. All right, so this is what it's supposed to look like. And I found somebody who did the conversion for me to electronic chart, and this is how far I gotten. And I'm so far 32.42%, and last time I stitched on it was on September 14. Yeah. I love this one. I don't want to give it up. It's just slow stitch because I have so many other whips going. All right, let's move to the next one. This right here, that was a design, I forgot the girl's name. It was a Instagram, and she doesn't really sell charts. It was one of her free charts, but it kind of looks like from some of the famous designs, like rearranged. Okay, I'm gonna show you the full screen how it looks. It was supposed to be stitched on black. This is 28 count even with that I colored it in gray. Just bought some from Hobby Lobby. It's very nice fabric. It feels nice to stitch on. I forgot it's by Zweigart. I'm not sure the name of it. All right, let's see. All right, this is how far I'm with that sampler, and oh gosh, this is what it's supposed to look like when it's completely done, and I'm really close to finishing it. So I'm at 58.15%, and I have 2,830 stitches left to do. Last time I stitched on it was on September 30th, and I did 165 stitches because the fabric is gray and I was trying to stitch at night time, which is not the best, and I have a hard time seeing on dark fabrics. But I'm looking forward to finishing it. I'm probably gonna finish it into some type of bag shopper, or maybe some project folder with this cross stitch in the front. All right, have a couple more to go. Oh, this was the color of threads here. I just haven't put in here. Not many. I just used whatever I had, whatever looked similar to the picture. Okay. And my favorite one for like cartoonish, for like a color therapy. This is a Cut Through Shed. No, yeah, that is Cut Through Cottage by Botsy Threads, and the designer is Amanda Loverseed. You can purchase this instead of buying a kit from UK. You can just purchase a chart, and I'm actually stitching it from the PDF printed chart because it's so easy. You really don't need the electronic chart, and I'm keeping this in this huge project bag which I made. Let's take this out. Here it is. I'm done with 2 pages, and the second page just needs to be back stitched. And this is the top of the house. I don't really have a preview for you, but here is, I know this looks horrible, but this was from my, this is all the I'm using all the DMC colors, all the cold core colors. And this fabric is also from Hobby Lobby. It's 28 count cotton Zweigert. They don't really have a name on it. It's very, very nice and smooth. It's like your needle goes through this fabric like a butter. I love it. So oh, for the mill heel, for the rest of the mill heel right here, I'm keeping those extra threads, and this is the beads. I have not done any beading yet. This is petite beads. They have the mill heel kit did include beading needles. Look at this beautiful beads, and there is a charm button. This blue thread, I didn't need it because I colored the the even width. All right, I'm gonna go ahead. This is a tin from a cookie. I bought it just for like a project organization. The cookie went into the trash. Didn't like the cookie. So I'm gonna go ahead and try to finish this into little frame. I'm probably gonna take this off and put little a hanger with the teeth on it so I can put it on the wall. But I think it's pretty good for $7. It's not wood, but it will do. All right, see you in a minute. Back to Dimensions Scenic Farm. I was so excited for the first video that I forgot to show you my actual whip. So here it is. Have not done any back stitching, but you'd be surprised. There is like crazy blends, and that where the tree is, there's like 2 colors of one color and 1 color, 1 color, and it's like 3 threads together, half stitch. And there are some blends in the building too. This is the building. It's like in a roof. although it looks like a building right here, but it's not. The building is gonna be right here. All right, see you in a minute. Hey guys, today is October 9th, so this is the next day after yesterday. I didn't get to do it, had a lot of stuff going on. So I'm gonna show you how I'm gonna frame this, because I need the cardboard to be this size so I can frame it, because I don't want to pull this off. I want to glue it inside. So I took a piece of paper, just A4 format, laid it down and pushed it down around it like this. Kind of use my fingers, and now you can see where the edges are, and I'm gonna cut on the inside. I cut out the circle. It came out a little bit smaller, but when I'm actually cutting out the cardboard, I'm gonna make sure I cut out about 1 or 2 millimeters wider than it is. Ready to lace it, and I got quilting thread. They're super strong. This is a cotton quilting thread. Okay, and the way I lace it, I don't do running stitch. I just go from side to side, and then I'll cut off those extra corners at the end. I'm going to crisscross the side. Just kind of eyeball how much space you have, and then you can pull it. I think probably got it the correct. Maybe more space on the top. Yeah, like this. All right, see you in a minute. Okay, this is I know it's not perfect circle, but at the end it will be perfect. I'm gonna glue that in there, and then I'm gonna glue on a little cording of some sort. That's gonna be perfect, because it's gonna go right along the edges, and it's gonna cover it. I'm gonna go show you the same way a finish that I did of another oval picture. All right, I think it's Brenda Gervais. Okay, so this is the picture that I finished with the cording. I might have some more of this, but I have a golden one. I have different types of cordings. I have so much. So if you lay that down like that, then all the imperfections are hidden. It's not gonna be looking weird like that. Oh my god, I just remembered, I forgot to put some fleece in there. It doesn't look good. I'm gonna have to redo it. Okay, so this is what I needed. I know it's not fleece, but this is also polyester filling, and you can actually make your own, like a padding out of it, and do the layers. This is what I'm gonna do, and I'm gonna put the bigger layer slightly raised in the middle of that cardboard. You're still using the same cardboard, because also when it's raised, it's less imperfections. You don't really see that much. And a bit like that, and gonna put a little bit in the middle, because we want the middle to be raised, and stretch it like a blanket. All right, kind of like that, and then this will go on the top, and I'm gonna do the lacing again. Okay, I'm halfway through, and I'm just checking how much space I have on each side, and this is a good time to make sure. Okay, maybe I need a little more. You can actually stuff more in there if you need to. All right. Okay, I'm back. So I laced it. I know it looks horrible in the back, but who cares? Nobody's gonna know except you guys. I'm gonna go ahead and glue that in, and after it dries, we're gonna go ahead and do the lacing. I don't know. It's been a while since I used it. Gonna spread that around. Okay, I have a stiletto that I'm gonna use, and then I'm gonna wash it off after. When I get it on the corners, that's my main concern, and the middle doesn't have to be all wet edges. Okay, stiletto wasn't a good idea. I ended up using my finger. All right, I'm being honest with you. All right, let's make sure where the top is. The top is right here. I'm gonna push that in. Okay, I glued that in, but I do need to put something over it to hold it. I'm gonna put some type of cloth and maybe like a can, a heavy can over it, over the cloth, so yeah, that will glue on. Okay, while the frame is drying, I need to interface this design, and I'm just using light fusible interfacing. Gonna cut this correct size and interface. Okay, I interfaced it. It's all jagged and crooked, and we're gonna correct that. So when I sew, I like to align my pieces correctly, and I'm just gonna go ahead and trim it. This is like the easiest way to do it. It looks perfect. One more side, and we're gonna move to the next step. All right, now I want to make this pillow with about half an inch on the sides. I have a ruler right here, so I take the further stitches and I mark half an inch from it. I'm gonna flip it over and use this pencil, water soluble pencil from Joann's, to mark it. You gotta do it on all 4 sides, and then I'm just gonna connect the dots, lines, not the dots. Okay. All right. All right. Then one more side right here. Sometimes it's kind of hard to see where the stitches end, but you can use the, if you have a mat like this, you can use the grid kind of guide you if you align your piece, then you know how far you are away from the edge, so you won't go crooked lines. And then I go ahead and draw the line all the way through, because we're gonna have to go further than the lines in order for the edges to stay in because I cut them out extra bulk because I want my corners to look nice. And if you cut it out without doing the back stitch, it will, those seams will pop open. All right, 2 more corners to go. So right here, pick which one which one we gonna do, because I think this one right here. I'll just use this as a guide, and I'll probably to align my piece better right there. There. Okay, so gonna go ahead and sew around the edges, and I always leave like a little hole in here, and I'm gonna mark it so I don't forget don't sew over it, because that could happen. This is gonna be enough for me right here. And gonna get this right here, make sure it's the correct, the fabric faces the correct way. All right, I think I need to trim my fabric so that both pieces align, because it's easier to sew when everything aligns. I like to do that. Check it and recheck it, because if your pieces are crooked, then it's gonna be throwing you off. You're gonna think you're not sewing the straight edge when you are. And I use Wonder Clips. Just a minute. Right. Wonder Clips. And clip it all the way around. I'll lay this down because when you're holding it and it's not flat, it could pucker up in the back. I do 4 corners and then just kind of fill in the rest. You can put as many clips as you like. Okay. All right, I'm gonna take you to my sewing machine now. I'm gonna go ahead and sew it around. Okay, I already trimmed 1 corner to 1/8 of an inch, and I use this as a guide. We're gonna do the rest of them. I align my ruler with the stitch. Got it. All right, and I need to do the corners because they're gonna look nice. I'm gonna trim it. Always use the ruler because you could accidentally cut more than you needed, and then you would waste all your time cross-stitching that piece. Okay, so next I'm just gonna turn this piece out, and I'm just taking 1 corner and pull it out. Push it in there, pull it out. Okay, I'm gonna take a paintbrush and use that to poke the corners out. I have paintbrushes. Don't use the very thin one because you'll poke the hole through. That happened to me once with one of the pillows. It's fixable, but you don't want extra work. Extra unnecessary work, I should say. Poke them out. You can also put yarn, cut up yarn in the corners so it stays nice. So I'm gonna go ahead and iron it again from the back, and the front is gonna be nice like that. Okay, and we are ready to stuff, and you do need a lot if you want your pillow to be firm. Trust me, this can all fit in this little pillow, probably more. So I start in by packing it. I watch one of Pfeiffer tutorials, and this is what she recommends, that you stuff your pillow very tightly, because with time the polyester stuffing will fluff down. It's not going to be that fluffy. And want to mention that some people try to save on a polyester filling, and that's just a funny thing because they spend so much money on cross stitch, and polyester stuffing is so cheap and readily available that you're really not saving anything. You just basically downgrading your treasures because we spent so much time. Like this is 32 count Murana, I think Murana, oh no, Lugana or Lugana, I forgot. And it took me a while because now, like the smaller stitches, I'm having a hard time seeing it, and it slows me down, and I don't like it. It took me like a week to stitch it on and off. I've been picking it up and putting it off. Couldn't do too much at one time, so I'm definitely gonna make sure this piece is gonna last me and outlast me. I want to pass it on to my grandchildren if they're gonna want it. I mean, I have a teenage daughter, but I have teenagers, and I don't know when I'm gonna have grandchildren, but just kind of thinking that these things mean a lot to me, and I want this to be treasured as much as I treasure it, and I want the best possible quality and materials. Okay, so I'm kind of going along and doing like a layered cake. See, it's not puckering up in the middle. It's nice. And I'm just pushing it down that way. And if you have hard time filling the corners, you can use the end of the paintbrush to stuff them in. I finished this a while ago. All these 3 little pillows in the making, but just didn't have time because I've been doing a lot of stuff with my Etsy shop. I've been sewing a lot of project bags, and believe it or not, it takes a lot of time because you want them to be perfect. You want straight stitches, so you cannot go too fast, and also overworking yourself. I did overwork myself, so tired. Then I had to take a rest for 2 days because literally my whole body was hurting from working so much, because I was getting so excited to make new items, because I bought a whole bunch of fabric from Joann's, some other stores. That novelty fabric I like they have, It's so beautiful. And I just wanted to make like a lot of Halloween so people can have beautiful Halloween bags for their whips. And some other designs made ocean themed, candy themed, autumn themed. There's gonna be a lot more coming to my shop, but I digress. Okay, so this right here is already done, and I'm gonna go ahead and sew it and leave just a tiny hole so we can insert the cording. And I use polyester. It's invisible thread. I'm gonna show it to you. Coats and Clark. It's very thin, like a hair, literally. And a lot of people don't like it because they have a hard time seeing it, but hey, just by reading glosses, put it on and you're gonna love it because it makes your design look so clean. Not design, I mean the edges, because and also when you sew, try not to pull too much, kind of keep it under right here, right on the edge. Okay, so I have this chenille. It's yarn. I don't feel like paying $2 per 2 yards or $2 per yard for lady that Chanel that creates the Chanel. She has beautiful things, but I like to do things my own way, and I like to have a lot of different Chanel on hand. And I have like a whole box here. I don't know if you can see. It's a whole box of different ones. Yeah, I'm filming on the floor because I live in a small apartment and I have a nice table, but it's in an attic and it's being stored. And when we move to a new house, I'm gonna have nice big huge table. Let's start on sewing this trim. So today is Monday, October 21st. I didn't think it was gonna take me that long to do all 3 finishes, but between trying to, you know, make all these things for my Etsy shop and cross stitch and making my first YouTube video, it took a lot longer than I planned for. But we're finally here. So I have all these 3 finishes. The first one you already saw. This is a Autumn Bliss. This is from the Cross Stitch magazine, and this was in this issue, this last issue that came out. And this one is designed by Tracy Richards of Wrought Iron Stitching. The next one right here is with Needle and Thread by Brenda Gervais. And this is this one is called October Feast. And they still have this chart online, 1 to 3 stitch, and I think maybe the Fat Quarter shop has it. It's like a lot of shops still has this chart for sale. So with this squirrel, it really took me more than I planned for. The last time I showed you, I was planning to glue it in. It was okay, but it wasn't up to my liking. So what I decided to do, I ripped it out, I soaked it overnight. Alien glue came right off, which was great. Then I ironed it from the back and I laced it. There's this particle board, and it turned out perfect because the cardboard already there and you just had to lace it. So another thing I did here, and I put this tooth hanger up here that I had some on hand, and I just put my finishes when I finished it, so I know which piece, because it's easy to forget when it was done and what design it is. And the third one is fall samplings, and you saw it in the last video. So this is all my 3 finishes for this month, and this is the end of my first floss tube video. I'll be putting out more floss tubes with winter starts, small starts. I already have a lot of starts, but I want to do some small projects that I can finish within the next month and show you. And I had a review on my Instagram to kits that was sent from for me from Pavitrule. It's Ukrainian cross stitch. They're winter themed, and I ordered it. And I'm gonna start one of them, and I'm gonna put a special twist on one of them, and that's gonna be in a new video. So subscribe and like so you don't miss any new videos coming out. And also I'm gonna have giveaways once I reach 100 subscribers, and for the giveaway you have to be subscribed and you have to comment. And the things that are going to be in a giveaway, one of the things that I'll be giving away, it's going to be 3 people in one video giveaway. It's going to be either project bags, hand-dyed Ada of different counts, and also I have a hand-dyed 28 count even weave that I hand dye myself. All those things I make myself, and I sell them in my Etsy shop. But for you guys as subscribers, you're gonna get it for free. There is no shipping or anything. Just have to comment once I reach 100 subscribers. All right, bye for now. Okay, so I finished the row and I have very tiny hole left, and that's all we needed because we can use some object to push this chenille down. I'm gonna go ahead and make a knot at the end. I always do that so it kind of secures it so it does not, maybe a couple of them, come out, because if you leave those edges loose they can just fray and eventually come out. Just use anything that you have to push it down. I'm using a seam ripper. Okay, and I'm gonna go sew this way, and when I come back I will close that hole after and also I don't cut my yarn or trim until I went all the way around and I know how much to cut off. That way you're not wasting anything, or you're not running short on the amount you need to go around. No need to figure it out. See, cannot even see anything. I tried gluing it with the Aleene's glue one time, and that was for a small pillow my daughter cross stitched. So she got it dirty and I had to hand wash it, and it comes off. The glue comes right off and there is no more trim on it, so I'm gonna have to redo that and just sew it by hand. And I also did a couple ornaments. Didn't like the way they came out. It doesn't look, it's best, it looks tacky. Like a tacky glue. It does look tacky. You don't want it look in your cross stitch tacky. Okay, I'm gonna go all the way around and I'm gonna show you when I'm about to finish this end. Okay guys, I already went and sewn all the way around. I just need to put that in the hole, so I'm gonna go ahead and cut this to a certain length. I like this right here. Okay, I'm gonna go ahead and make a knot at the end right here so it doesn't fray, doesn't come out. You can tuck it inside. Okay, see, because it's already frayed. Okay, so I went ahead and tucked that in with the end of the paintbrush. Works wonders. And now we can just close that gap in there and just sew it over, and then we'll pull two ends together over it like that, and then I go under here, under here. Pull it. I have finished sewing it. Looks just fine, and I think it's a beautiful finish. It perfectly matches this autumn colors with the pumpkin stem. Yeah, unfortunately the blue pumpkin didn't get into it. I cut it off. I didn't want a fussy cut because I didn't have much of this fabric, but it's fine. I still love it. And just look at these beautiful details. Okay, we're gonna go on to the next finish. Okay guys, so I'm ready to move on to the next one because I'm already tired. So what we're gonna do is this. First I'm gonna sew this here like across, but likewise like right there. Gonna look like this. About right there. I'm gonna pin it, and when I'm done sewing it, I'm gonna sew this on the top of this coordinating thread. Okay guys, I went ahead, pinned that, drew a line, put the ruler like this. You can check it if where you want it and pull it back, so that would be perfect. Okay, so I had to do it a little bit different. This was my first time ever making this type of pillow with this side edge, and like I did not use this. I sewn it and it was crooked, so what I did, I trimmed my fabric to perfect edges, and then I aligned it and I marked it, and then I drew the line and I sewn over that line, and I went ahead and I already trimmed the excess fabric and ironed it. So next step, I'm gonna go ahead and sew on this rickrack right in the middle of that seam, this coordinating thread, likewise. Okay, I have sewn across here and it looks pretty good to me. Trim the edges. So now we're gonna have to flip it, do like mark it with the pencil, and then trim the excess. I'll see you in a minute. Okay guys, I'm back. I have sewn it around. You see how I marked it, and this is going to be my turning point right here too. I'll turn it inside out, and I'm gonna have to trim the edges too. Okay, did all the trimming and we're ready to turn this little pillow out. I'll see what it looks like. Okay, I think this looks so beautiful. I have not ironed it yet. I'm gonna give it another press just so it looks pristine before I stuff it, but I think it turned out beautifully. Look at this beauty. I'm so proud of myself. Good job. And I'm just gonna go ahead and stuff it. And then definitely need the paintbrush because my fingers won't reach that far. Push it down. Okay, I'll show you when I'm done. Okay, this is almost done. Gonna go ahead and sew this with the invisible thread. I know you cannot see it, but trust me, it's there. Okay guys, I am finally done with all this things today. I'm gonna have that first finish drying up until tomorrow, and then tomorrow I'll finish the rest of the video what I'm doing. But I'm so thrilled with the quality of this finish. It came out perfect. Came here to Eldorado Nature Center Park. And it's so nice and peaceful up here. Today is September 24. There are some flowers that are still blooming and little moss flying around. So today is Monday, October 21st. I didn't think it was gonna take me that long to do all three finishes, but between trying to, you know, make all these things for my Etsy shop and cross stitch and making my first YouTube video, it took a lot longer than I planned for. But I'm finally here, so I have all the three finishes. The first one you already saw. This is a Autumn Bliss. This is from the Cross Stitch magazine, and this was in this issue, this last issue that came out. And this one is designed by Tracy Richards of Wrought Iron Stitching. The next one right here is with Needle and Thread by Brenda Gervais. And this is this one is called October Feast. And they still have this chart online, 1 to 3 stitch, and I think maybe the Fat Quarter shop has it. It's like a lot of shops still has this chart for sale. So with this squirrel, it really took me more than I planned for. The last time I showed you, I was planning to glue it in. It was okay, but it wasn't up to my liking. So what I decided to do, I ripped it out, I soaked it overnight. Alien glue came right off, which was great. Then I ironed it from the back and I laced it. There's this particle board, and it turned out perfect because the cardboard already there and you just had to lace it. So another thing I did here, and I put this tooth hanger up here that I had someone hand, and I just put my finishes when I finished it, so I know which piece, because it's easy to forget when it was done and what design it is. And the third one is fall samplings, and you saw it in the last video. So this is all my three finishes for this month, and this is the end of my first floss tube video. I'll be putting out more floss tubes with winter starts, small starts. I already have a lot of starts, but I want to do some small projects that I can finish within the next months and show you. And I had a review on my Instagram to kits that was sent from for me from Pavitrule. It's Ukrainian cross stitch. They're winter themed, and I ordered it, and I'm gonna start one of them, and I'm gonna put a special twist on one of them, and that's gonna be in a new video. So subscribe and like so you don't miss any new videos coming out. And also I'm gonna have giveaways once I reach 100 subscribers, and for the giveaway you have to be subscribed and you have to comment. And the things that are gonna be in a giveaway, one of the things that I'll be giving away, it's gonna be for three people in one video giveaway. It's gonna be either project bags, hand-dyed Ada of different counts, and also I have a hand-dyed 28 count even weave that I hand dye myself. All those things I make myself and I sell them in my Etsy shop. But for you guys as subscribers, you're gonna get it for free. There is no shipping or anything. Just have to comment once I reach 100 subscribers. All right, bye for now.